Well, hello, Sagittarius again. Of course, we celebrate all things love on Friday because it is the day of Venus. So, love, beauty, art, all the things. So, this is interesting, I will say, because I'm not altogether sure, even though I'm asking for love messages. Love comes in all forms. And Sagittarius is a sign that values friendship. We probably, you can let me know in the comments if you agree with me or not, but I really feel at times we value friendship over all other relationships. I know it's weird. But, anyways, let's get into it because I say that because it feels as if you may be coming together with someone. Um, and I always find this one really interesting if you look because it's a puzzle and like maybe even feeling adrift when you're not together or you're coming together with someone. This could be friends or have this feeling of friendship. You can have that with lovers too, but kind of like the pieces are fitting together now. And it's with wave of emotions. So there's definitely emotion here and feelings. And I actually think at this whole coming together thing that is bringing up feelings, right? Yeah. And look at this. Mercury retrograde strikes again. This would be, it's very interesting because I don't think this is going to be for everyone. And this isn't a karmic thing, y'all. This is just someone that you could like separate and come back together a lot. I don't even feel that this is push and pull. It just feels like there's distance here for some reason, right? And there is a coming back together. There is a feeling that this feels really good. So I don't know if this is, you know, a friend, but it definitely has that feeling of we'll always come back together, you know, no matter how far, that kind of thing. Isn't there a song? I don't know. Anyways, we're also here having heartbreak and attracting the right person. I don't know what that's about, to be honest with you. I mean, let's see what it has to say about this. What is this heartbreak about? Maybe it's always, hurting every time they come back into your life. Romantic surprises are on the horizon. Near as I could even feel about this card was that, you know, it's kind of like something could end up hurting, but you do it anyway. Because you can't help yourself or you can't stay away. It kind of has that feeling. Not in a, because I always, whenever I say things, I will think about what's going to happen in the comments. I don't think you're doing something unhealthy. I think this is just kind of a dynamic that you have with someone. I don't think that they live near you. I will tell you that. I do think that the distance is physical, especially since we're seeing things referring to distance. We see the window, we see the bridge. Yeah. So on the bottom here, because I want to clarify with the island wellness, is talking, the chaser, love, butterfly. Okay. And what's really interesting here, and so this may give you even more clues as to who this is, because it feels as if someone has overcome some sort of addiction. Okay. Karmic relation, maybe even a relationship or their relationship to karmic relationships, right? Because karmic relationship and addiction is reversed. So I'm thinking that someone dropped something, and I do think it's the other person. It could have been a karmic partner, who knows? But this is talking, and this is the second time today we have seen the chaser. I kind of think that this person is maybe showing up in an assertive way, right? To talk. And you know, it could lead to the next level because we're seeing unconditional love here. Like, this is someone, and this is a lot of how you'll know who this is, that you've probably loved for a long time, that you have kind of this open hearted love for this person. And that's what gives even more credence, or credence, I guess is the right word, to it being a longtime friend, like someone you've known for a long time. They come in and out of your life at times. They don't live near you, that kind of thing. And I do feel all the time like there is an element of heartbreak here. So it could be that every time that you separate from each other, it hurts, but you always come back. And there does seem to be that. But we're going to clarify each thing. Tell me about friends. Not like that, man. I have one card for friends. Or two. Okay. Coffin and kisses. Once again, we're seeing unconditional love. Like, maybe even you thought that this was over, that you wouldn't really hear from this person again. Okay. Tell me about these emotions. The snake. So the snake and boat, like, the emotions you may be having is that they moved on from someone else. And this someone could have gotten in the way between the two of you. So tell me about inseparable. Tell me about inseparable. What's this distance about? Oh, gosh. Okay. So it feels like you possibly have been sad from the last time you saw them. Like, that's kind of a missing you, but have always kind of known that they would come back. So you knew that this would happen. This reunion, apparently. Oh, speaking of. It's like you knew it would happen, but yet you're still surprised. I think you may be surprised by what they say, honestly. So what's this surprise? Oh, addiction. I actually think that you're surprised to have them kind of be accountable or admit that they had some sort of problem. Tell me about addiction. Keys to a ring. Yeah, I don't know. Like, because that's about having a lot of options. Maybe this person was addicted to, you know, to playing around. Who knows? Wow, okay. So let's see, heartbreak and attraction with what? Tell me about this heartbreak. Addiction reversed again. So it feels like this person is adamant in that they're not suffering whatever this addiction is. Okay. Heartbroken came out again. Yeah. It's just, you know, I don't even know what all of this is for, what all of this means, because it It's just like it's like the same energy coming out in different decks, basically. And that's about, it hurts when they leave. So maybe even trying not to, invest too much in whatever this reunion is about. But let's get one more. Yep. Camera, reminiscing, keepsake, perception, making memories. Like, yeah, it just feels like you want to have something to hold on to here. I think that's kind of sweet, actually. That's like wanting to, make the right memories here. Maybe you're even taking pictures so that you will, oh, wow, okay. Have something to remember it by, right? So what's under here? Damage and hope. Interesting. Because I feel like, and daydreaming, like what you need to know is that, this person feels the same way that you do. Like they hurt from the separation. And I know you're probably thinking the same thing I'm thinking right now. Then why have the separation? There are lots of reasons why. There could be family, there could be, so many reasons why. At the end of the day, sometimes they seem pointless, right? Why are we doing this to ourselves? But let's see. What is the point of separation here? What is the point of separation? What's the point of separation here? Why does this couple stay separated? What is the point of the separation? Okay. Oh, could be children or family, because we're seeing the Six of Cups, the Lovers, and the Seven of Pentacles. So it could be family or children, and, even attachment to, like, if they live somewhere where they have always lived, like there's, that keeps them from making the decision and the pivot, and that's what causes the separation. Will that change? Page of Cups and the Five of Cups. Will the separation change? Oh, Justice reversed. I mean, I feel like it will change, right? But it ultimately means that someone loses, or there is some sort of loss here, because Justice reversed is, unfairness. And sometimes, like, that means for this person or for you that there is some unfairness. It will be unfair to someone. And that is the point of sadness. What's the unfairness about? Eight of Pentacles reversed. What's the point of unfairness about? Okay. Ten of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. That could be money. It could even be like losing a job. Maybe they even just started a job. This could cause them to lose an opportunity. But tell me about the Page of Cups and the Six of Cups. Strength. And courage. Yeah, I feel like this feels very much like they're afraid to move on to something new too. And I think this is about bringing you together. It's not necessarily about you, right? Could be, I don't want to leave the place I've always been, or the people, or, what I know. And so it can also be someone who comes up with a million reasons why. Like, money is one of those things. Like, Six of Swords is on the bottom with the Emperor and the Two of Pentacles. Okay, the Star. I feel like the other person, it might not happen right away. It might take some time. It does feel like they're coming to this place, or you, of knowing that, if you are to build something together, we can't keep doing this back and forth, right? We have to move forward from that. And also the feeling that if we don't, then we might lose something precious. You know what I mean? So let's see what happens next. What happens next? So what happens next? Ace of Wands reversed. Interesting. Not a whole lot of move. There's not a whole lot of movement until there is. And it feels to me like this is about, like, not just one person doing it, but the two of you kind of meeting somewhere in the middle. So there's a compromise. And sometimes that can look like, maybe we're both moving. Maybe there's a halfway point for us to be. Tell me about the Ace of Wands reversed. The Ace of Wands reversed. Because I would have said, like, my first thing would have been, oh, we're just going to let this go if it weren't for the Six of Pentacles. Okay. Ten of Pentacles reversed. That's leaving home. And of course, leaving home involves leaving that comfort, leaving that stability. That's not an easy thing, So let's see how you feel about this. How does Sagittarius feel about this situation? This could really be a long-distance relationship, too. How does Sagittarius feel about this? Oh, jeez. How does Sagittarius feel? The cards were messing with me. Page of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. You're actually excited about it. Like, really looking at it as if this is a chance for a whole new life, a whole new opportunity. The Page of Wands, you're very go for it in energy. That's interesting. So, what about the other person? Yeah, I feel like it's the other person who has most of the anxiety, because with the Queen of Cups, the Chariot, and the Tower, like, yeah, they have definite feelings about moving. Wow. Tower energy is like, this change is upon me. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if it's going to work out. I don't know. Right? Okay, so let's see what what the final words are here, which could be advice. You know, we don't always get an outcome, because wouldn't that be nice if we just always knew? Okay, so what are the final words here? Final words for Sagittarius. Strength. Okay. Hang in there. Oh, wow. Hang in there. Even when, you know, it could be the other person feels as if they're backing out or, you know, holding back. That's not what's happening. This actually has a good ending. It could have you sharing a home. You know, it's going to work out is basically what the universe is saying. So don't even perceive, like, if this person starts to pull back a little bit, they could just be thinking, you know. Just saying, Sag, just saying. So, yeah. So that's what I have for you. That's your love reading. So I hope this finds you well and that it really helps. Toodles.